Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. God bless.
Right? Everybody does. Even the materialists have a metaphysic.
I don't even think scientists worth their salt would even make the argument that metaphysics is just meaningless. I think that an actual scientist who appreciates reality,
it's not within their domain there, because they're focusing on a very narrow scope of the nature of things. But listen to this way, in order to talk about the nature of things, even at a small scale, is going to require even an implicit ultimate background framework or context within which to place these small scale things. So it just goes to show you, see, this is the problem with some of these atheist and materialist and evolution types like Fiasco Peterson. They think they're far more competent than they are.
Well, and the objective proof for Christianity, I don't remember if it's Van Til or Bonson, but they're saying that modern science and philosophy have become phenomenalistic. So they make claims about phenomena.
Yeah.
Science is about phenomena and not reality. So metaphysics would be like claims about reality. Anytime someone makes a claim about reality, that's metaphysics. But science and philosophy tend to have gone away from that because of like skepticism, and they're
that's a really good point. You recall where you read that?
It's in the objective proof. I could probably find it if I.
Well, yeah, don't bother right now. I'll look it up. But yeah, you are right. They're focusing on what is phenomenal to them, right? But the point is, you just can't merely talk about phenomenal things. And by that, I don't mean great things. I mean things as they present themselves to us. Because there's see, this is so dummy. Fiasco is. He's so dumb. Okay. You can't even talk about ordinary states of affairs unless you have a wider contextual frame of reference that's going to give meaning and truth to such statements. Like, for example, the idea of identity over time. Identity over time is a metaphysical concept. How do you talk about scientific investigations without there being identity over time? The uniformity of nature is a metaphysical concept. It's not something that can be empirically verified. It's a metaphysical context.
So they rely on claims about reality, but they can't like justify any claims about reality. And that's why like revelation is important.
Look, so for example, I quoted earlier today, and I'll quote it again, Systematic Philosophical Theology. He cites an article in an astronomy magazine that was written a few years ago, and the title of it is, Has Astronomy Become Metaphysical? These are secular authors. These are not Bible thumpers. And in there, they answer the question, yes. Okay? That you can't talk about cosmology without having some notion, either explicit or implicit. Yeah. So there's no escaping metaphysics because everything is within the category of metaphysics, right? But you see, they want to consider what things are is just the material. But you see, they don't live this way because there are numerous concepts that they have. How do you empirically ground the laws of logic? You can't. Yeah, for trying to antagonize PMRs. Okay, let me mute him.
I don't know what I heard.
No, you don't know what you're talking about, retrophrenologist. Would you like to come up and defend your claim that the laws of logic are only descriptive? Come on up.
Hey Mars, can you check your Discord real quick?
Oh, look at that. He's blocked. Look at that. Yeah, retrophrenologist, come on up. Explain to me how the laws of logic are only descriptive and not prescriptive. Come on up.
I just want to know if you think I should put this one up. It might be offensive. I don't know to them.
Yeah, we can't see the monkey. It's blocked. You might want to move the picture over to the left a little bit.
I don't know how to, Darth, when I'm live, it won't let me adjust the pictures right or left.
Yeah, this is the fault. This is the fault of TikTok, where they don't have a template for you to use.
You know what I do? I go onto Facebook and you go new story, and then you make a story. You can adjust the picture in the Facebook story, and then you save that picture on Facebook story, and it'll be like the shape of a
Can you adjust that one, PMARS, and send it back to me? It didn't fit right now. I tried to do it, but it wouldn't fit. It blocks off the picture. So
Get a photo editing app. What you want to do is how shall I put this to you? It can be a little tricky trying to adjust this. So if you shrink it down, then it might fit, but then again, it may just expand it to fill the screen. So what you want to do is maybe have that picture with a wider wallpaper behind it, and then just shrink it down.
So this wallpaper, Darth, that I made that I haven't posted yet, it's always, do you know how atheists are always saying, well, how could God give children cancer? How could they die of cancer?
The reason why old people get cancer.
Right. I know this, but we were talking one day, and for some reason, a kid came to my mind who is sitting in a bed, bald, with a hospital gown in bed, and he's throwing darts at a picture of an ape on the wall. Right? Why do kids die under this atheist worldview? What's the reason for that?
Try that picture I sent you, see how that works.
Okay.
I might just go live in a bit and be like, roast me. You can just air my dirty laundry and get it all over with.
I don't think that's advisable. You don't want to encourage their vileness.
It's not so much about that. I don't know. I'll just be upfront and open about my sin. I don't want to.
I'm telling you, you're making a mistake.
It fits, PMARS. Pretty much. It's close enough.
It's still kind of.
Is it still cut off on your end? Because I see it differently.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. Here, like you met. Whoa. Okay, yeah. The kid gets a little bit cut off. It's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
All right. Yeah, atheists. If there's any atheists that are in here, why don't you come up and give us your position?
Trust me, you don't want to do that.
Well,
What happened, Darth? Sorry, I missed it.
I want to go live and like put in the background, just like roast me and just let everyone get air whatever they want to say out.
Don't listen to me.
If anybody can handle it, I think you can. But I don't know, man. I don't. They're gonna say bad stuff and roast you anyway, PMARS.
Look on the bright side. At least it was with adults.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's not. It's best not to discuss. Don't encourage these people.
Yeah, exactly. They don't need any encouraging. They just do it on their own. What's up, Samuel?
What's that kid doing to that poor monkey?
Yeah, so this kid is throwing darts at the monkey. He's blaming the monkey because atheists hold to this idea that we come from monkeys. So he's blaming the monkey for him getting cancer.
Because it evolved his cancer.
And he's throwing darts at it as a way to, get a little retribution for this monkey causing this.
Evolution is mean. Why would evolution do that? About survival. How does cancer help us survive? It don't make no sense.
I did it as it's ultimately just a parody because atheists why do kids get cancer and die? How could God cause this to happen?
It's called the evolutionary problem of cancer. Like, we're supposed to evolve to survive, not to cancer.
So do you actually want to talk about that? Because I'm cool to talk about it.
Why this happens under your worldview? Because you guys always say that God is to blame if he's all loving. How could he cause kids to get cancer and die?
Yeah. So do you want to presuppose that evolution is true, or do you want to go through the whole thing? Like, do you want to do an internal critique, or do you get what I'm asking?
Of evolution?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are mathematical impossibilities to evolution. So how do you, in any way, it doesn't, just because, even if evolution was the case, it doesn't logically follow from there that God doesn't exist. So I don't really get it. It's
sure, I'm not saying that.
That's not a real rational justification.
Just to add credence to that, Samuel, I'm an evolutionist. I've debated Darth politely and cordially, but it doesn't follow. It would be a non sequitur if I said therefore no God. It just doesn't follow. It wouldn't be substantial at all or informative in any way.
Yeah, I'm not claiming that. I think they can coexist.
Yeah, why don't you just answer the question that's on the prompt? Why don't you tell us?
Yeah. So you are willing to presuppose evolution is true for this discussion?
Go for it. Give
Okay,
me a-
cool. So, there's different causes of cancer, right? So, like, UV radiation is a big cause of cancer. So, our sun is extremely dense.